I'd like to introduce the illustrious John Rutherrath. Let's give a big hand.
Give my hand, the left or the right. I'd like to welcome all of you to the meeting this evening. I'm starting to think that from the last meeting, we said that it probably would be good for you not to buy a computer until about after October 22nd. Well, people bring good computers over to the lab and we use them for kids. Well, I think this is not very scientific, but I haven't been getting any computers in lately. You know, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to say, hey, maybe people come to the meeting and they do listen. And maybe this is all worthwhile, which makes all of us feel good, you know, from there. We do have classes starting on Monday, but they're all pretty much full, but you can at least try to get in. We're going to try to keep the numbers down a little bit, because at the beginning we couldn't say no. You know, some, nice people are that way. Oh, here's 20 people. Where are you going to put them? Well, let's move them up to physical properties or something like that. So we're going to try to hold the attendance down. So we might have to start refusing some folks if they don't register in advance. So that's one area. This is our new mascot. His name is Techie Teddy. And he's I'm user friendly. So we just at the last board meeting just decided that he would be our mascot. So that hopefully it sets a nice philosophy. When you come over to the club, that you have a good time. So we're really happy this evening to have our speaker. He's vice president with Superwire. I think many of you know him. Please give him a nice round of applause. He put a lot of work into this. And Bob McCauley.
What I'm going to do tonight is to tell you a little bit. I'm going to summarize everything I learned in these books here. Dummies, and it's like MySpace, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. First of all, how many people have used one of those products? Let me start over. How many people have used MySpace? How many? One, okay. How many people have used Facebook? Okay. For a long time? No. Okay. How many people have used Twitter? Okay. And YouTube? Wow. Smart people. Okay. Well, I want to tell you something I'm sort of excited about. Anybody have mobile? Did you have something to tell? Oh, I thought you raised your hand.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. How many people have Windows Mobile? Okay. I just found out I've got an iPhone here, which is it's iPod Touch. It's got a great display on it. So much easier to use that, but it doesn't have a telephone on it. So and it doesn't have internet. Okay, if you're out away from Wi-Fi, this has internet anywhere I go. For $30, I can get a software router on this, and then I can get internet on this thing from this thing at no extra cost. It's amazing. It's just amazing that all of a sudden that people will come up with something like that. Second thing I want to tell you I was sort of excited about is a website called File Hippo. And an interesting thing is the people in India and Pakistan have learned about that website. It's got one of the best antiviruses in the world. It's called Malwarebyte. And I said, yeah, sure. I've been using Norton for years, and I just ran it. I don't have any problem. He says, run it. So I went on and I pulled down Malwarebyte, and I found about 20 viruses, and one of them was a Trojan. Just amazing that could be there. It's so good that the HP people are suggesting it now instead of anything else. Now, the other thing I want to do before we get started is I want to tell you a little bit about the gold rush. Not everybody here is involved with a social networking program, and we're going to talk about what that means in case you don't know what it means. But let me just tell you, there is a gold rush, a land rush going on for names. And it turns out for each one of these programs you see up here, you can get, and you must get, a unique name to be a registered user. Once you get that name, you've basically got a website. If you want some good names, like for instance, on Google, on YouTube, most people are going to use that for family photos. So you might want that, the Osuna family for a name, or Smith family for a name. But they're going real fast. So you can go in, and I'm sort of following up on what John said, was surprise your kids with something. Go in and get their names reserved on some of those sites. It's free. So go in and pick out your grandchildren and say, by the way, did you know that you have a MySpace name reserved for you and you got a website? Did you know that? And your 13-year-old grandchildren will be, huh? I didn't realize you could do that. But just think about it. You can talk to John. He'll tell you how to do it. But it's free and it's forever. And as time goes on, people are going to be getting the McCauley family 00251 and then up to 1,000 and then whatever. I've got McCauley family, okay? I've got McCauley, BobMcCauley.com. And people really are trying to get that because it's a really common name. And I just happen to have a BobMcCauley.com website, and I have some AdSense, some Google ads on it. And about every 2 months, I get a check for $100 because I run those ads. I don't do anything. Google does it. And it's because I thought ahead of time to reserve my name. So I started going in, everything I can think of. I got Superwire all over the place. I got Bob McCauley. I've got all my kids, everything like that. So that as their birthday comes up, I can say, for your birthday party, instead of spending $50 or $100, I'm going to give them their name on MySpace or YouTube. So it's really a neat thing to do. Okay. Can somebody, what is your name, sir?
Roger Bennett.
Roger. I know Roger. Can you explain, what is your thought, what's your concept of a social network program like, you said MySpace, Facebook? Facebook.
Well, I found people from my graduating class in high school back in 1960 that I had no idea were even on there or how to even get in touch with people.
How did you find it?
The funny thing is, I went to Classmates. Just type in Classmates when you get on there, and you can go from there. I got it the first time. That's something I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
Because I can't get back on there again. When I went the first time, it gave me a list of all the people that were from that graduating class that were on Facebook, and there was about 150 names on there.
Wow.
But I didn't save it, and I can't
Okay,
go
one
on
thing
and
you
find
want to
it.
do, anytime you get into one of the Google or anything you do, you sign up for, get an alternate email address. And when you do that, you can get your password sent to that alternate email address. You can always get it sent to the one that you're trying to get into, but if you forgot the one you're getting into, how do you get that message? You got to answer a question. What was your first teacher's name? What's your mother's maiden name, and things like that. But always sign up for the second alternate email address, and then you don't have that problem like that. But come see me or John, and if you lost your password, usually if you know your secret code, which you had to put in, your secret answer, then you'll be able to get in. Okay. Anybody else with another definition of a social networking program? Yes, sir.
Well, I tried to sign in on one of them. I forgot it was Facebook or Twitter, I think.
Okay.
And it said put in 4 to 12 letters. And I put it in and nothing happened. I don't know if it went through or not. It doesn't tell you it's gone in. It doesn't give you any words to relate to that.
Okay, I'm going to jump for an answer to that. Look at the last line.